Yesterday, on Thursday, Donald Trump had basically a day-long temper tantrum about everything because, of course, the stress of this job, the stress of the entire world hating him and realizing that he's a corrupt con man is really starting to get to him. The first meltdown that Donald Trump had, of course, was his defense of Pam Bondi's performance on Wednesday, which, of course, we all predicted he was going to do publicly. Behind the scenes, I think, totally different story unfolding. But Trump decided to lash out at everybody, left, right, and center, attacking Pam Bondi, saying this on Truth Social. AG Pam Bondi, under intense fire from the Trump-deranged radical left lunatics, was fantastic at yesterday's hearing on the never-ending saga of Jeffrey Epstein, where the one thing that has been proven conclusively, much to their chagrin, was that President Donald J. Trump has been 100% exonerated of their ridiculous Russia type charges. He then accused the slimeball Democrats of having been proven guilty in the scandal. Nobody cared about Epstein when he was alive. They only cared about him when they thought he could create political harm to a very popular president who has brought our country back from the brink of extinction, and very quickly at that. In fact, this attempt by the Democrats to take away attention from tremendous Republican success is backfiring badly, right? Because nobody's paying attention to the Epstein stuff. No. They're all focused on how amazing the economy is because, as Pam Bondi told us on Wednesday, the Dow's over 50,000. Unfortunately for her, of course, the Dow then went under 50,000. So, she doesn't have that excuse anymore. He mentioned Trump derangement syndrome. And I think that's apt, not to the people that he said are suffering from it, but for himself. This man is suffering from his own mental illness that he created. Nothing he said was true. Like, I've been exonerated. You were literally implicated in a third-degree felony for failure to report a crime against a minor. That's what we learn in this latest Epstein drop. Okay? You've been implicated in criminal activity where previously we hadn't been able to get you on any. So exact opposite of what you said happened. And, of course, a hugely popular president. You are literally the least popular president in the lifetime of everyone alive in the United States right now. Everyone. There is not a single person living in the United States today that has ever lived under a president with a higher disapproval rating than Donald Trump has right now. Even Richard Nixon. Trump has beaten him. So that's a lie. And then, of course, the whole nobody's fallen for this. Your own MAGA followers are calling for Bondi not to just resign or be fired, but to be put in jail, bud. That's how bad it was. And you know that. That is, of course, why you're engaged in this insane level of cope. But as I said, that wasn't the only meltdown that Donald Trump had yesterday. That was just one of many. He then decided to go ahead and attack the Wall Street Journal because the Wall Street Journal reported yesterday that a friend of Donald Trump, a golf buddy by the name of Harry Sargent, was apparently in charge, as the Wall Street Journal claimed, of carving up Venezuela to give to various different groups to exploit the natural resources of the country. So Trump, mad about this report, goes on Truth Social and says this, which, by the way, is exactly what the Bush administration did with Iraq. But Trump said this: relations between Venezuela and the United States have been, to put it mildly, extraordinary. We are dealing very well with President Delcy Rodriguez and her representatives. Oil is starting to flow in large amounts of money unseen for many years. will soon be greatly helping the people of Venezuela. Marco Rubio and all of our representatives are doing a fantastic job, but we speak only for ourselves and don't want there to be any confusion or misrepresentation. There's a story about a man named Harry Sargent III in the Wall Street Journal. He has no authority in any way, shape, or form to act on behalf of the United States of America, nor does anyone else that is not approved by the State Department. Without this approval, no one is authorized to represent our country. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. Yeah, you literally didn't refute anything in the report, though. He has no authority to represent our country. Wall Street Journal didn't say he was over there representing the United States like he's at the Olympics. Like, hey, I'm here for the U.S. No, he's here, or there, I should say, for corporations that want to go and strip mine the entire country. And you did nothing to even address any of that at all. Like, you didn't even come close to addressing it. You danced around the issue, which of course tells us that is most definitely what's happening. And that wasn't the end of the meltdowns either. Because as I said, everything is getting to Donald Trump, whether it's the Epstein stuff, the Venezuela stuff, and of course the fact that the governors of the United States decided we're not going to hold our meeting because you're not inviting all the governors. We're going to stand up for our Democratic brethren and not have our meeting with you. Trump got pissed at Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt, who of course is in charge, and was like, yeah, we're just not going to do it. So Trump gets on Truth Social and says this about Stitt. Remember, it was Rhino Governor Kevin Stitt of Oklahoma, who was massively behind his opponent in his previous election for governor, who called me to ask for help. I endorsed him, barely, and he won his race. He then went on to modestly represent among the greatest people on earth, the incredible patriots of the Sooner State, who gave me unprecedented voting acclamation, in all 3 elections, winning every county within the state 3 times and getting more votes than anyone who has ever run for office, including the late, great Ronald Reagan. In any event, we will soon have a governor of Oklahoma who knows how to accurately write a press release to the public, in this case to state that I invited, not happily, almost all Democrat governors to the governor's dinner at the White House. Stitt, a wise guy, knew this, but tried to get some cheap publicity by stating otherwise. Anyway, I'll see whoever shows up at the White House. The fewer the better. The fewer the better. I don't even want you guys to come to my party. I don't even care if you show up. I'm going to do it anyway, and it's going to be fun with whoever comes. I'm not mad. You're mad. So President Pissy Pants here just went all day throwing temper tantrums, nonstop, about everything. That's what I love about it. It's not just like one issue that's on his mind. It's everything getting to him all at once, causing him to have this like hours-long meltdown all day Thursday. Absolutely perfect. No notes. I hope it continues. Thanks for watching. And if you are not already subscribed to the channel, please do so. And do not forget to like and comment and share widely among your friends.